of the first men to walk into the building this morning. And weird enough, one of the last ones that's getting interviewed, but that doesn't mean first will be last, last will be first. Tell them who you are, what you do.
My name is Morgan O. Smith, aka, for those who know me, Mr. Mo,
Yes.
from the show Buzz, which took place years ago. But right now I left all that. Was stand-up comic, did all that stuff. Now I'm into youth work, meditation teacher, spiritual teacher.
Nice.
The founder of Unity Meditation.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And that's funny you say meditation, because it's the mind that's the first thing that we need to help work. It controls the whole body.
Yeah.
And what comes to
body.
mind when you hear about Beloved and flowers today? A group of men, you get the call. What comes to mind? Especially
Flowers.
since this is your line of work.
It's my line of work. But when the first thing that pops in my mind when I think of flowers, all the men who came up here and talked about their own meaning of when it comes to flowers. For me, it's not just the flower itself; it's each petal that represents every action that a person made.
Love that.
Yeah, it's every action. Within the yoga system, they have this thing called the chakras, and the chakras are the lotus flower. On the crown chakra is 1,000 petals. Wow. And every man that's been here today that's been representing Mark and Randall has 1,000 petals because of all the work that all the men has done. Wow. And that's why that's really significant to me.
Dude, so deep, so deep. I know you're armed, man. This is what you do. But help us that aren't as armed as you. How do we go out with this challenge to show that the flowers when we go out there? I want that advice from you. Give it to them that are watching. How do we start this movement on the outside?
First, it starts with ourselves. We got to work on ourselves, like what you mentioned before, the mind. Yeah. The mind is a delicate thing, and we have to make sure that the mind becomes mature. And when you can mature the mind and you can go through the levels of different cycles of development, now you can go out there and do the work. Your cup has to overflow so that it can spill over to other people. If it's only halfway, it's not enough. It's got to overflow. If it's at the top, it's not enough. But once it spills over, that spills over the table, everyone gets wet by it.
Gets wet by it.
Yeah.
You know, we're an example of what you're exactly talking about. Despite whatever the age difference, as you rose to prominence in comedy, I just started coming in.
That's right. When I was coming out, you were coming in.
You were going out, and wow, I would hear Mr. Rowan. Ironically, we never did a show together, but here we are together on the same road.
Yeah.
The paths that are driven, they're weird. But why I'm saying this is because you went on to do things to affect different people in your way. And I admire that. So while we're here, I'd like to give you your flowers for thanking me for being in the line of work that I am. If there would be no me, if there were no you. I appreciate you. I love you, bro. Thank you.
All the work that you've done in the community and for entertainment itself. When you were coming in, when I didn't know who you were yet, and just getting to know what you did as a comedian, like, who's this new guy coming in? Right. And the thing is, this new guy is still here. And the things that you've done itself is like, I have to hand you over, I have to give you your flowers, because what you've done for comedy, for Canadian comedy, is just phenomenal. It's miraculous. And you can never have another Jay Martin.
Thank you. You see, these are flowers. I hope it gets contagious. Thanks for coming, Mr. Mo.
My pleasure.
God bless.
I wanna give you your flowers right now.